Okay, so getting everything set up now. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so yeah, it's working on Odyssey. I am going to go to Rumble now. And it is starting now on it's starting now on mines. So let me go through here. Yeah, I constantly have a problem with that all the time, so I've got to come in here, click back on it. It should have. Oh, wait, hold on. I know what I gotta do. Yep. 44. Let's make sure this is set up. Alright. Rumble. Oh, that's it. Let's see what that says. LYBJ. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It should be going right now. Odyssey's going. But for some reason, it's not letting me connect to my stream on Rumble. Oh, wait, I gotta delete the first one, don't I? No, hit paste. Okay, let's try this again. Nope. Yeah, it's not letting me do it. So I am going to go ahead and go with my Minds and Odyssey, and then I'll get back on that and get things started. Let's see here. Okay, so hello everybody. This is Live with Roger Hanson again. Today I am doing my first episode on Twitch for my gaming. And this is a podcast format to where I can go over gaming stuff in general. I also do interviews, and today I am going to be doing the last of my actual gaming streams for 2003, and I'll start back up in July of 2004 with more of those. But I'm also going to continue my interviews, which I have been discussing with a friend of mine, Zach, who has a Discord channel called Home Away from YouTube. And when I do that, I'm going to be doing my gaming interviews under the name of Home Away from YouTube Roundtable event. That will be starting up after this is done. So I will still be doing interviews. They'll just be under a different name. I already have my Twitch account named that, I believe. So let me go double check and make sure. And we will... No, yeah, I already have it. Home Away from YouTube Round Table event. So technically this is the first episode for that one. So we will be getting back with you on that. Now, when it comes to the last of the gaming episodes that I was referring to, that goes for Rumble, and it also goes for YouTube as well. Odyssey, I've been putting them on there too, so that's goes towards them as well. And Minds.com. Well, I haven't really been posting on Minds.com, but in the chats I have, so let everybody in there know that this will be the end of my live with Roger Hanson Gaming. That will be changed to Home Away from YouTube, Home Away from YouTube Roundtable event, and that'll consist of interviews. With that being said, I will get done with all the... Now that I'm done with all the formalities and stuff, I'd like to go ahead and get into what the topics are going to be today. First of all, it's this right here. I have got my OBS showing in my Twitch stream, and I haven't got it in the other Minds and Odyssey streams. But what it basically is I found two add-ons for my OBS where I could actually stream on multiple platforms for free. And that's without a watermark or anything like that. I know I got comments on Pirate Radio the other day concerning, oh, I can do that on this server or that server, but the key to this is I can do it absolutely free. I don't need to put a watermark on my videos because I'm using a free program, and it's pretty good because the second one is called Vertical, and I can actually use that to stream on TikTok and also Twitch, which I'm doing right now. So that's one of my topics, and the other one is I'm gonna go over the last emulator that I wanted to review. I've been doing those for the last couple of weeks. the last one I did was RetroArch. Now I want to move on to PCSX2. That's for the PlayStation 2. That's an emulator. Now, the way I usually do that is I just kind of like show you where you can go to download it, and I'll show you basically the guidelines that goes with it. I believe this one you need to have the BIOS with it, so you'll have to obtain the BIOS from you'll have to obtain the BIOS from Nintendo or not PlayStation. So, and that's not hard to do if you guys know what you're doing. So, here you go. This is the download page for the PCX X2. You go to pcsx2.net/downloads, and it'll take you to the PCSX download page. I usually just get the latest stable and everything, but you have an option here for the nightly releases, and they describe it as this is the nightly release anytime a change is made, so you are getting the latest and greatest but sometimes buggy experience. So I don't want to mess with buggy experiences when it comes to emulators, so I personally decide to just go with the regular latest stable update. Now right here, you go in here, you can choose installer or portable. They've also got it accessible for Linux, so you can play them on Linux as well. Over here on late night, it's download for Windows. Then you have the app image and the flat pack for the Linux program, and then the Mac OS has downloads as well. So that's the downloads. You just come in here, you hit for installer, and it will go to your downloads page. Always make sure this is on download too instead of the gallery. That's what it does on me, so I'm not going to download this because I already have it. That's why that one is right there. So I've already downloaded it and I have it there. So what I do is I go in here, I download it, I get it downloaded, just follow the instructions. Just make sure that at the beginning, and I don't believe it's on the PCSX2, but check your check marks, make sure they're not wanting to also download spam with it. And I'm not saying that about this program in particular, but I'm saying it because I want to make a reminder to people to be careful about their downloads and make sure that there's nothing checked saying that they want to download anything extra than what's on there. If there is something that's there, uncheck it, take the check marks off, and then download. So after I go and I get it downloaded, I follow the instructions, and I install it. After it's installed, it looks like this. Let me go ahead and pull up what it looks like. This is my PCX as nightly. Alright. Now they also have this is what I get. I've actually got the nightly, so I must have changed over. But here's your update available information that comes with it. Yeah, the nightly is the one that I actually ended up getting, so my bad. At first I thought I was doing that, but I guess now what I do is every time I get one of these, they have updates and stuff like um, changes and stuff that comes over it. They keep you updated on it. Now, if I want the update to be downloaded and installed, I click on it, or I skip the update or remind me later. It's like right now, I'm in the middle of here. I'm in the middle of yeah, hold on a minute. Yeah, right now I'm in the middle of a stream, so I don't really want to get caught up in that, you know what I mean? So let me come back here and I'll show you guys what the updater looks like. This is what I got, and that's the basic gist of all that. I get that popping up with a nightly, and if I want the updates at that moment, I can get them right there. So I come down here and I can either download and install, skip the update, or remind me later. I'm just going to tell them to remind me later, and I'll get that the next time I pop on. So let me get back to where I need to be. These are the games that I have with the PCSX2. Now, I'm going to tell you ahead of time, this is a lot more simpler than the actual PCSX2, the regular one that I showed you in the download thing, because with it, it gives you the region where the BIOS is at and what it's needed. Oh, so when I want a game, all I have to do is come in here and click on it. So say I want Yakuza, I click on Yakuza and it pops up. EA Sports Supercross, it pops up. Tenchu, the same thing. I do have to say that the configuration for this is a lot more complicated than the ones I've been showing you, except for Zemu and all the Xbox ones, Zemu and I forgot the name of it. I got so annoyed with that emulator, I forgot the name of it. But other than Zemu and all that in the Xbox games, this is pretty complex. So here, let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. And I have to keep track of my OBS so that you guys are seeing this stuff, because like I said in my previous ones, I'm not trying to do a tutorial for anybody. I'm just going through this stuff and showing you what this stuff looks like. Okay, so just be aware of that. I'm not like trying to give you a tutorial or anything. So here's the interface. I've never messed with this right here. I just leave it here, except for down here on the theme. I like the dark fusion, so I changed the theme around. You can double click for to toggle full screen. I think that's interesting and it's useful. So right here, it's your game list. You can put these in your app data and use them there. I've also put them in my documents, like I've said before. I've used all that. You come in here and you scan all games, and it'll scan them. Now, I set up my directory right up here, and you can add different directories and they'll pop in here. You can exclude paths, and these won't be scanned, so you can add them down here and then scan for new games and then rescan all games if you need to. Now right here is the BIOSes for these games, there's different BIOSes, and from what I know, they go according to what part of the world they're in. So you have a PS2 BIOS from Europe, then you have this one from Europe, which it's SCPH 7004 BIOS, and then you have the SCPH 1000 BIOS from Japan. And there is a difference between the Japan BIOS and the USA BIOS, so just be aware of that. You can usually get away with the USA BIOSes for Europe. Not all the time, but sometimes you can. But this is where all your BIOSes are shown. I don't mess with the emulation right here, but here you have all this for the graphics, aspect ratio. If you want borderless full screen, you can do that. Now I like to stream, so usually I switch that to a smaller one, and when I can, but anyhow, I do that so that I can see my OBS while I'm actually playing the game. That way I can monitor it and everything. Most of this I don't mess with. Some of it you might have to if you're having problems with the game and you have to troubleshoot it. With this one, you do have to go and actually do the research, find out what's the best way to set up your emulator. There's a lot of good people on YouTube who do tutorials for this, and I suggest that you check them out. And those are the ones that you really want to go to and get a solid interview from, so that you can figure out how to do it. Now, I don't usually mess with the audio on here. Right here, you have all these settings. Memory cards I don't need. Now, folders. This is important right here because this shows you where you go for your save states and your cheat directories. You have your cache, cover directories, which I don't use any of that, and snapshot directories, but the save state directory and the cheats directory is important if you're using cheats. Let's see. Now these right here are important. I do know that, and this is where you have to actually get involved with it and everything. But the good news about this one is, like I said, I've said it in previous videos, this is one of those where you need to be more familiar with emulators before you start messing with PCSX2. Okay, get familiar with this stuff with the other easier emulators and then move into this one. And the reason why I said that is because you're going to have to be able to come in here and configure this on your own and figure it out. You'll find good people that can help you configure your settings and stuff on YouTube, like I said, but you have to do it on your own. And the reason why I said that is because I showed you guys earlier the RPCS3, where you have a compatibility page where you could go to and find out if the game was compatible or not. This one doesn't have that, so you're gonna have to do it. And coming back to the good news though is you have this, right? With the Xboxes, they don't come with the settings to where you can have this much functionality in it, so that's the bright side of it. The fact that you have to provide your own BIOS is a bummer. That means that you have to go on PlayStation and get it. There's a few YouTubers who do make tutorials, and like I said, and they'll provide you with links to where you can go and get the best BIOS for what you're doing here. So I suggest keeping an eye in their description area, and they will provide you with some good stuff to go off of. So that is the settings. Now I think I've just updated on to Windows 11, so I don't know for sure if my BIOS is messed up. Plus, I think my computer may have blocked it. So let me test it and see. There we go. Now this is the Matrix, Path of Neo. Now let me see what the sound is. Oh, there it is. I've still got to finish this game too, so. Yeah, it seems to be running pretty good. There we go. So, this is basically how it looks and everything. If you guys like watching or playing the Matrix, or if you remember playing it, this is a good way of doing it. Like I said, you do have to go through on a lot of these games and adjust them to your settings and get familiar with them. It is a good program to use. I'm not going to badmouth it like I have at the Xbox emulators, but this is a good one to use. I actually played what was it? Oh my god. It was a racing game that I played on here, and I actually enjoyed it. Fast and Furious, Most Wanted, and I enjoyed it quite a bit, to be honest with you. There's some features that you have to work with on here, and it worked pretty good. I just had to tweak it and make it playable. If you guys are annoyed with that kind of stuff, then this one isn't the one for you to use. I wouldn't suggest it. But if you've got a desire to play old PS2 games and you want to play them on this emulator, this is the one I suggest using. So that is my basic summary of the emulator games right here. Now, also another thing that I want to mention as well is that there's other emulators out there, and later on when I start back up I'll go through some of those, but at the moment this is the last time I do my gaming streams without them being an interview, so I just want to let you guys know that I will be coming back next year in June or July to start this up again. It's just I'm taking a break from it. My interviews are still going to be on home away from YouTube on Discord, so don't fret that. That's going to be taken care of. So now the next thing that I want to get into a conversation with you guys about is let me get us on a good channel. well, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about are these add-ons that we've got here. So let me see if I can get this window capture on the right screen before I start. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now that is the download page for the PCSX2. There we go. Now, as you can see up on top with or in the middle with the OBS, I've got my preview screen or scene and my program screen and everything going. So you can see right there that I've got that going. Then over here where it says vertical with the OBS. Here, I should probably do that one for the OBS too. That way everybody on the other chats can see it. I don't even know. Actually, I could do screen capture instead. Display capture. Yep. Let's see what happens there. No. Okay. Well, anyhow, if you guys want to check my OBS out, you can go to Discord and see it on there. So, but the thing is on my Discord, I have a screen over to the right hand side called vertical. And then I have another one to the left, which is called multiple output. Now, the first one on the left-hand side is multiple output, and that one is actually called OBS Multi RTMP. Now, this is Sarayuki, who came up with this one, and it's on GitHub. So if you guys want to come down and get this one, what you do is you come for the OBS down here in the assets area. You click on what asset you want. If you have a Mac OS, you can choose that one, a Windows 64 installer X file, or you can do the Windows 64 zip file. I just chose the install file, and it comes up here. I've already got it, so I'm not going to download it, but I'll show you. This is what it does. It pops up, make sure it's on download, and then download it. After that, you install it with the install X from your download file, and once it installs, all you do is you come in here to your OBS and you exit out of it. Now, once you exit out of it, you reopen it, and your multi output should be on this side. Okay, if it's not on this side, you have to look behind, or you have to look up here and make sure that it's on here. Now, I believe it was view that I actually had it under multi-view full screen. Windowed, yeah, there you go. Now, after that, you come into this area, and I got messed up about this for a second there because I thought I had to keep hitting my start streaming, which I actually should have hit start recording too, but I forgot to record to do this. This is the first time using this, but instead I have to come down here, and I have to hit start virtual camera, and then up here in well, I use Rumble in this since I can't use it, but in Rumble, which I really do. Here, let me back out of here. I really do need to do a display capture and let you guys see this. There we go. Let me come over here. Okay, now this is my OBS. This is what it looks like. This is the part I'm talking about, the multi output right here. So we have the multi output on the left, and we got the vertical on the right. The stuff on the vertical right here, this is set up for Twitch, and it's also set up for TikTok, so that if you guys want to do streams on there, this is probably the best one that you can use. Those are right down here in the OBS with their own little area specifically for OBS. I've got my Windows, my source, media source, display capture. I've got my video capture, which is there where I have my media source at if I want to show my ugly face. And then down here is what I have on my window capture, which is the GitLab for these programs. And when you put these on here, they're going to be little squared areas like this. So I took the advice from the guy who I found out about this with, and I just stacked them to where I could have 3 different things on the same screen for Twitch or for TikTok, whichever one I want to use it on. Over here is the regular OBS program, and that is right here. So you got them side by side and separate. These are your sources. Right up here is where you have the multiple outputs where you stream. I've got one for Minds, one for Rumble, one for Odyssey. At the moment, I can't seem to upload or start the stream for Rumble. I can probably figure that out later. Now, to get these to start, that's when I have to come over here and hit start virtual camera. Now, earlier when I was trying to get it started, I actually did have to click on the start streaming, but it gave me a notification, an error notification. And after I backed out of that, I came over here and hit start virtual camera, and I was able to start Minds up in Odyssey. So, and I don't know, maybe Rumble can't stream right now because this is only capable of handling 2 platforms at the same time. I don't know. So maybe that's an issue, and I can take that up, or I can check it out later and find out, but that is the multiple outputs, and you do this like you do the rest of, or like you do regularly. When you come in here to your settings, make sure you guys can see this. Yeah, when you come in here to do your settings, you have your stream, and this is all your stuff here for custom. This is where you have to go to do it. So, and I can't believe that I'm not able to get my live stream going on there. That is just amazing to me. So that is, yeah, I'm going to get obsessed with that if I'm not careful. So, and that is what this is all about. So I set these up in Modify with the URL and the stream key, just like I would do in the settings down here. I do this one as well, and after I come in here and get the virtual camera started, I just hit start, and you'll see the stops there and how many minutes that I've been streaming. And once I'm done with that, then I just come in, hit stop, and it's good to go. And that's it. So now that I've covered that, I can move on to vertical. Now vertical is a little bit different, but it's not that different. And like I said before I get started, I just went in and I got Windows 64 installer exec on GitLab for the RTMP. But now I'm going to come to vertical plugin. This one is basically the same setup. It's easy as heck to do. You come in here, you hit download. It says starting your item vertical download for OBS. It pops up here. I'm not going to do it because, as you can see, I already have a download for it, so I'm going to back out of it, go into my downloads, click on it, and install it. Now after I am done with that, what I do is I come in here and, like I said before, just exit out of it, okay, and open it back up, OBS back up, and vertical should be somewhere sitting around here. Now that didn't automatically come like that. What happened was, see how it's moving like this? I had to place it in my OBS wherever I wanted it. So after you get these on here, you have to place these where you want it on your OBS. So you can put everything pretty much anywhere, wherever you want to put it. So after you get them on there, you get them in there. The vertical settings are right here. You got general, you got streaming, you also have recording, just basically like you have with your regular OBS stuff. So I come in here, I hook up my Twitch TV app, which a lot of people have a hard time finding that too. So if you need to use your Twitch TV app server link, it's usually rtmp/live.twitch.tv/app/, and that's what they use for every stream. And then you go to Twitch, you get your key and you put it in here, hit OK, and it's good to go. Down here, whenever you want to do a stream, you just hit there. If you just want to record what you got there, you hit record. And this does a backtrack clip for vertical, and they do have that available on OBS, but I never use it. Then you have the vertical virtual camera, which you can use as well. So this one, I have absolutely no idea what that is. It's probably some platform that you go to. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, there we go. Stop managing your stream. Start streaming. Try it now. It's a 30-day free trial. Don't even worry about it. I mean, the rest of this is free, so that's what's important to me. But with all of this, I can stream on multiple platforms. So that is a big thing for me. I've been wanting to find something like this for quite a while. So just so you guys know, this isn't something to, turn a blind eye to. It is more than just for gamers, you know what I'm saying? So if this doesn't necessarily have to apply for to just people who are gaming and streaming. So just be aware of that. If you're not a gamer and you want to stream shorts on YouTube, vertical is the way to go. You can get a good short going on there on the computer without having to use a phone. If you want to stream on multiple platforms, you can use the multi-output, and then you can use the vertical at the same time. So then you have more content going out at the same time. And I'll tell you right now, if you wanted to go out and get multi-platform, server that does that for you, you'll pay big money to do this, where here you can just put the add-on in and bam, you got it going. I'm starting to look at it like this, like I need to stream across platforms when it comes to Minds and Odyssey. I don't really have to worry about Rumble and YouTube and BitChute as much, considering they're all synced together. So if I download something or I upload something on YouTube, I can have it go to Rumble, and I can also have it go to BitChute automatically. So that's taken care of. But for me to stream to Odyssey and Minds, it's got to be directly there, and they don't sync up. You know what I mean? So it would be just a better way, anyhow, for me to do multiple platforms where it's actually doing Minds and Odyssey at the same time. So it works out good that way. And plus, I'm hitting Twitch too. So, like I said before, on Twitch, this is going to be my official first video for Home Away from YouTube on roundtable event. This isn't really a roundtable event, but I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on here, as well as with everybody else. My format for this is going to be all about interviews. If you guys want to be involved in that, please contact me, leave a comment, send me a message. I'm on Discord, Gaming with the Infamous. Home Away from YouTube, get on there. I suggest that channel above everything, because that's where all these interviews are going to take place. That's what it's focused around. It's a community-driven effort where people within the Home Away from YouTube community kind of gets together and have roundtable events. We enjoy ourselves and have a good time, and it's a really great thing to get involved with. So that's going to be my new gaming channel, or name for my series, and it'll be on Gaming with Infamous, and it'll also be on Rumble. It'll be Gaming with Infamous on YouTube, and Gaming with Infamous on Odyssey. It'll also be on Rumble. I don't know if it's going to show up on BitChute or not. I don't think my gaming ones do, other than my role-playing stuff. But I know it'll be on Rumble and YouTube and Odyssey. I'll continue to put them on Minds as well. And I will, now that I have this available for Twitch, I'll start putting streams up on Twitch for this as well. So I'm coming up on 45 minutes, and I am going to end my stream now. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it was helpful. I'm not here trying to give you guys some kind of tutorial. I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up on some of this stuff because it is pretty cool, you know. So if you guys have any questions and you need my help, feel free to, you know, hit me up and ask me for any kind of questions you want. If you want to do interviews, let me know. But for the Live with Roger Hanson gaming, this is the end of that for at least this year until July. I may do it again next year, but if not, I'll still be doing the home away from YouTube. So, and plus, you know, I'm wanting to separate the interviews from this kind of format where I go through and talk about emulators and game-related information, stuff like that. So, yeah, there's a good chance it'll be back next year in July. So, with that, I am going to shut my mouth. You guys have a good night.